For the autographs, we'll do that later. Thank you very much. Vinny, just have a seat there. Just have a seat.
Yo, what's up, Vinny?
Have a seat, Vinny.
Yeah, he likes Rocky.
He's so bossy here.
I know I am. I'm rather truculent.
He said, "Get your seat, Vinny."
When you think of 21 years in your career, the highs and lows of it, what for Vinny Paz, was there a highlight and a career filled with many of them? What is the highlight of your career?
You know, that's a great question, and I think, I'm not so sure, but I think it's when I got my 50th win, because I wanted to retire with 50 wins, because not many people do that, and that was big. And then when Bleed for This came out, that was big. I've had a great career. I'm happy with it. I'm proud of what I've done, and you know, I got the best fans. It's really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of the fans, by the way, if you have a question, please run up here. I'd rather you folks get the opportunity to ask a question to the great Vinny Paz. Christy Martin and I spoke about this, and I went back to when I talked to Muhammad Ali. I asked him, would he change anything in his career, and he said no. Christy Martin said the same thing. What about Vinny Paz? If you could go back, would you change anything in your career?
You know what?
Maybe a few decisions that.
there's two warriors that say that, like Muhammad Ali, Christy Martin. I mean, they don't get more of a warrior than that body. Those two people are amazing, and I'm gonna be right behind their back. There's not a thing I wouldn't change. Even when times are bad and they get bad, and they got bad for me many a times, you gotta just keep your head up and just kick ass and get back in the game, and that's what I did. And
okay. Any questions? Come on up here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, your fight with Danny Rosenblatt was probably.
Wait a minute.
You know me.
Holy shit! This guy thinks he's me. Oh my God! Holy shit! I love this dude. Oh my God! I literally only seen him on a phone. He's from California, and wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was one of his biggest fans. I
Holy
was the past
shit.
Mexican down one of my pro days. And he was the past Canadian down.
So I'm going to ask you. I can see the glee and the joy when you even look at Vinny. What was it about him that impressed you so much?
Guts.
Yeah, put the mic up.
Guts. He was all blood and guts. And none of his fights were boring, ever. He was just all blood and guts, and it's pretty cool because I was very inspired by him and to become a good friend of his. It's amazing. It's awesome. He always says my son shouts out for his birthday, and he's a great guy.
That is so cool. How the fuck did you get here?
I drove 10 hours for you, buddy.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Yep.
All right. Do you have a question?
Now that's cool. My God, that's unbelievable. You're the bomb, and you're crazy as shit.
You know I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, my question, like I said, your fight with Danny Rosenblatt was probably one of my favorites. The reason why is because you were against the odds. He was younger. He was the champion, and you just fought Roy Jones, and they had a lot of bad things to say about you. But you just went in there, kicked his ass, and you just eliminated all doubt sayers about you. So there's not really a question, it was more of a comment, and I want to say hi to my best friend. So.
Awesome. All right.
Wow.
Next person up.
I can't believe it.
And as you come up, I think Vinny epitomizes what I've said about fighters for the last 40 years of my career. I think boxers, especially dudes like Vinny, are the most common yet uncommon of all athletes because of their relationship with the fans, but yet you don't play boxing, do you? You don't play this sport.
Yeah, that's a great statement. You don't play boxing ever, and it was my life. I was a kid, I was 6 years old, and I seen this guy on TV, and I loved him, and his name was Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he was the greatest. He was a great man. He was a great fighter, and I tried to do what he did.
Question?
Yes, well, you don't play boxing, but as Smitty talked about, Miles Teller did play you in the movie. I just finally saw that movie a couple weeks ago. I just want to know, what was your experience like with that? You know, obviously they got to cut things in there and whatever.
Yeah.
How did that,
Yes.
you know, was there any problems with that? And also, speaking of playing, I'm just wondering, because around the time your career was winding down was when Sopranos was revving up, and you are an Italian guy with a lot of personality. You seem to me, how did they not have you as like a guy collecting Bertoni, Sopranos? You would have been perfect on that show.
You saying he looks like a mobster? Is that what you're saying?
That's funny.
It's Silvio.
That's a great question. And you want to know what? I swear to God, they came to me at a fight in I think it was Foxwoods, and they said, Vinny, there's the guy that plays Tony Soprano wants to meet you, and I said, what's the name of that show?
The Sopranos.
The Sopranos. I said, yeah. I said, the Soprano guy? I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool.
Gandolfini, right? James Gandolfini.
Yeah, James Gandolfini. He was so nice. He was cool as ice to me. He talked to me for a half hour, and he kept saying to me, I can't believe you broke your neck and you came back with, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? What was going through your mind? What was going through your mind? Like, that was unbelievable. What you did, he said, when I saw it, he goes, I said, oh, this kid's fucking crazy. He said, oh my God, I can't believe this kid's gonna fight again. And I said, you're a smart man. And he was cool as ice. He was one of the few, not few, one of the many people that I have met that I remember, you know, from being touched so much, because, you know, like, there were times where I was meeting thousands of people, and you know, you can't remember all of it, but I'm so blessed to have him. He actually sat next to me in a fight in Foxwoods Casino, and yeah, that was one of the great moments in my life, and there's been a lot. Good question, thank you.
You know, fighters have rivalries. I was lucky enough to do the final television interview with Joe Frazier. We knew about a rivalry that he had with...
I fought his kid.
Yeah.
In Providence, on 15,000 people.
But I'm going to throw out a name. He's no longer with us.
Wow.
Ray Haugen.
Oh, God. I hate that punk. He's a little maggot. Don't tell me he's even out here, because I'll kill him.
No, he's no longer with us.
I'll kill him. That's right, he did that.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
somebody came up to me and said, Vinny, Fred Haugen died. I said, okay, what else? What other good thing can you tell me? And the kid goes, like, don't you care? I said, no, I don't care. He tried to beat me up for 45 rounds. I said, why should I care about him? But no big deal. He passed away somewhere. I have no idea.
well, we'll
But no.
segue to you on that.
Yeah.
Randy, I'd like you to just touch on your style, your first amateur
Look at
kid.
this guy, Rocky. I literally, I started boxing when I was 5 years old, and then I fought till I was 10. That's all the CLCF was Cranston Leagues for Cranston's Future. I lived in Cranston. I started boxing when I was 5 years old to 10 years old, and then, you know, I was gonna be an athlete of some form, and I'm 15 years old, and I go with my friends, because like everybody knew that I could fight, because I would take like people in my garage, and we'd go at it, and I didn't lose. I lost once. That's it. And that's about it. And Tony Soprano, like, that's all. Like, he sat next to me. He goes, "Vinny Paz." I said, "Hey, it's nice to meet you." He goes, "How did you do what you did?" I said, "I don't know what he's talking about. Which sector of my life are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh man, that was unbelievable." He said, "You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable." I'm like, "Okay, why?" And he goes, "You broke your neck like that, and you came back." And he was so cool. But he couldn't get over that I broke my neck and came back. It was kind of funny.
Question.
Well, Vinny, I fought down there in the Golden Gloves at the Lincoln Park Ballroom. Remember that? All right, yeah. One thing I want to say.
The amateurs.
Yeah, it was a great time. One thing
You
I always
fought there?
Yes. One thing in '81. One thing I always remember being there is how your father was at every single one of your fights. You came in with the tassels and the beautiful robe. My robe said Tony Lopes. Honest to God. Thanks.
Wow, that's so
Thanks,
cool.
Jim.
Thank you. And you know what? He's looking down right now. Yeah, he was a great man.
Something you don't forget.
We only have a couple of more minutes. Question?
Excuse me, before your fight with Roberto Duran, you got something. After
Yeah.
your fight with Roberto Duran, you guys had a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I want to know if you guys maintain any kind of relationship after that fight, throughout boxing or afterwards, because of that shared experience.
He was one of the greatest. He was unbelievable. He was an animal. He was fast. He was powerful. He was great defense. He was just, he had it all. I started boxing because I loved Muhammad Ali and Roberto Duran, and I'm buddies with him today. You know, I beat him when he was 95. So no big deal. Yeah, he's one of the greatest. Yeah, he's right up there with Muhammad Ali and others. But he's what you're saying is that's really cool. Thank you.
Question?
Yeah, Vinny, thanks for being here. You're an inspiration. Obviously, your story's incredible.
Thank you.
I remember when you sort of came on this, I don't know if it was CBS or one of the networks, sort of brought you along. And
NBC.
It was NBC, and it looked to me like almost as like the new Boom Boom Mancini or something.
Oh,
No bad thing to say.
you just said Boom Boom Mancini.
But
He's a good guy. I'd kill him.
what can you say a little bit of what it's like for a fighter? Some fighters don't get the media attention. Some, they see something, they see a character that they can promote.
Yeah.
Tell me, can you say a little bit about your life, your relationship with being a fighter and in the media?
You know, once in a while somebody comes up and they can fight and they can talk. And I just happen to be lucky enough. You know, I do one of these every day. You know, I got lucky, and I
Well,
worked.
you were authentic. I think it was authenticity. Question?
I worked my ass off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Vinny. Great to see you here.
Thank you. That's nice.
My question is probably a little technical. When you were in recovery from that broken neck,
Yeah.
I followed you through that, and you put the weight gain on. Did you notice an effect on you as far as like your capabilities? Because you had the power, but you think it took a little off of you? Because you went up so big and flat.
Yeah, no, I just chalk it up to hit and that's it. You know, that's something was gonna happen to me and that's what it was. And I just dealt with it and did the best I could and came back and won world titles.
All right, 3 more questions.
Thank you.
Vinny, I met you on Cape Cod.
Hi, Cape Cod.
I met you in Pazienza at the
Cape Cod.
Friday night fights. And you were in your club.
Oh no, you kidding me?
There because a local named Kippy Diggs.
Wow, Kippy Diggs, yeah, I love Kippy Diggs, yeah.
The headliner.
Yeah.
My son was invited to be at my
Wow.
son always.
Where do you live?
Currently in Virginia, but I lived on the Cape for a long time.
Oh, wow.
So I just wanted
Wow, do you like Virginia?
I
Living
do.
there?
I do. It's really pretty. It reminds me of when I have chickens.
Oh, wow.
So I was wondering if we're gonna have an opportunity to like
Sure.
do a
Make it happen.
And I'm
Who
wondering
left?
if you would,
I was serious.
if you'll sign my arm.
Oh, come on, you kidding?
Dead serious.
That's cool.
Can't take a shower.
Come here.
Okay.
You gotta come up.
There, he'll let you up. Your question? Yes. Okay, let's go. Vinny's got to go in just a sec, so go ahead.
Neil Moscona, welcome to United Indian Nation Lands, right? We appreciate you. My question is musically. Some people are referenced in songs. You have an entire hip hop artist who has the name Vinny Paz. Are you aware of it? How do you feel about it? Have you ever met him?
Hold on. One second.
This is why he has this connection with his fans.
What was the question?
Vinny Paz.
There's a hip hop artist named Vinny Paz. Are you aware of him?
He's cool as ice. Yeah, I've gotten in touch with him, and he's cool. He's cool. He's cool as it gets.
Okay.
A good guy. And the dude he can rap.
Yeah.
He can rap his ass off. Yeah, so I said, oh shit, you can rap anything you want about me. You sing like that. Yeah, nice, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 2025 International Boxing Hall of Famer, the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Paz.
Put your videos on social media.
As what?
Is this like on Facebook?
I have, I'm on Youngstown. You know Youngstown? Yeah.
Yeah. I live in Indiana.
Oh, Indiana, okay. Maybe Tony Milano? Is it Tony Milano?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do have
Okay.
one.
Did you need to take this whole?
I recorded it. Yeah.
Yes. So Tony Milano?
Is that?
Tony Milano?
Yeah.